The people who are so, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that left us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach, indeed, and not unique they deceive us. They think we saw, they frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow their tendencies to be? We just tell you. That's why we will tell you. When you fool us, you screw us. When you use us and they don't abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they do selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but they're just scared they delay. People suffer. No what? But people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention, your destination is more. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie forever.
The promises
that left us to allow the damages. We tired with that speech they preach, indeed, and not unique they deceive us. They think we saw, they frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow their tendencies to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we will tell you. When you fool us, you screw us. When you use us and they don't abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
they lie.
The people fool us. The people
Lie to us.
The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies.
We tired with the promises
That left us to allow the damages. We tired with their speech they preach, indeed, and not unique they deceive us. They think we saw, they frustrate us.
who own the land, LRCR, Powell, and the Progressive. People are disenchanted. LRCR crying for fire.
That's why we will tell you.
Right after the song. What's up, folks? My name is J. Joshua K. Powell. I'm here on an emergency show on The Conversation. I've been joined by Chairman of the Board of the United Librarians in Ohio, Mr. Vangamoon Sherry. We wait for other folks to join us to discuss the Fulao issue. Government deceivers.
The people who are so, the people who are the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. No one to trust. My people,
No one to hope on
my hope that I have
has been broken.
Where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they
What the promises Fulao made? Can we trust Fulao judgment? Why LRC are crying now? Yesterday, Julia was crying. LRC were laughing. Today, they are crying. This life is not balanced. People lie to us.
The people who are so, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie.
All right, folks, let's get it on. All right, let me say welcome to the conversation. My name is J. Joshua K. Powell, and I came across a communication written by LRC in response to Fulao selection of delegates for the upcoming EULA election. And Alpha Tongo, the president or the board of directors of LRCR, is demanding for Fulao to remove some of the name, some of the name that has been placed on the delegate list that supposed to be eligible for voting. Alpha Tongo is saying those guys are not eligible, so they should remove them and put the name that he thinks they are eligible. My question is, who is eligible? Who decide who is eligible? And why Alpha don't want certain people to be part of the delegate? It can be recalled that few time ago, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Upper Bikina Grandmaster. Yeah. So it can be recalled that a few months ago, Julio raised a concern that Fulao was not in the right position. Fulao was not doing the right thing. And people thought Julio was crying. Today, LRCR is crying. LRCR wants people need to be removed from the list. LRCR wants certain need to be placed and certain need should be removed. How does LRCR determine who is the legit citizen or legit member of the community? I have with me Daniel Wa, a progressive leader here in Columbus. I have with me Vangamoon Sherry, the chairman of the board of Julio. Gentlemen, welcome to the conversation. Let's have it going.
Thank you, Honorable Powell. Thank you so much, and thank you for granting me the opportunity to speak to our people. It's a great pleasure being on the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sherry.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua, for having us. Thank you for the opportunity. And I know the notice was real short, but this is important. It's about community affair, and I'll always avail my time. But just a disclaimer: the view expressed here are not view of Julio. Those are all view expressed by myself as a concerned citizen and resident here in Central Ohio. So these are my views solely. I'm not speaking on behalf of Julio, just as a private citizen.
Thank you very much. So you are speaking on behalf of yourself and not Julio. But let's get it on. Daniel, I saw your very long long expose complaining why your name should be removed from the list of the delegates. In the first place, how did your name get there? Because LRCI have apparently sent their own list that they thought was feasible for them to control or to have control over, but your name surface. How did your name get there?
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Power, and I will try to dispense whatever information and whatever intake I had on this noble platform within 30 minutes because I'm on the run and I deem it necessary to come over and live up to my commitment. Back to your question. We were privileged to be a beneficiary when it comes to the Secretary of Powell office. They usually allocate numbers to various chapters, and the good office of the secretary reserve the responsibility to give the rest of the delegates. So that's how my name surfaced. And it was completely baffling when I saw the communication from the LRCI executive director that people were not in right standing or he considered good standing. And I engaged him on it. I said, I kind of asked him to define what good standing is. And up to present, he cannot define good standing because the definition does not exist in his lexicon. But the main fact is that we know we are in good standing. We pay our due at the level LRCI, which of course put you in good standing. I can hear a lot of options. I say, why you consider good standing? Are we under 18? Are we not a Liberian? Are we criminals? I don't know. Or we did not pay our due because not paying due, that's a lazy argument. Everyone needs so whether they are all due, active due pay members. But he became so adamant when I said that the LRCI list, LRCI allocated 10 person, 10 slots. And then if you look at the 10 slots, you got 4 tonguers on the list. How he reached yardstick he used to select the delegates from Columbus to go for the Yola election. It's not possible that you will be so manipulated to the extent that you introduce nepotism in our body politics. They got a lot of people around here that are waiting to go vote. There was no consultation. There were no announcement. There were no invitation. They sat at the round table and just selected family members. And that's the reason why that was motivated my expose when I said that LRCI is becoming a family thing. We thought it had turned into an NGO, but now it's getting so mediocre that it has only reduced to family table. If you are not around the family table, then you cannot partake in certain process. That was my disappointment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me just switch to Mr. Sherry, who also have a concern of the director demanding some lists to be removed.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for having me, Joshua. So I believe the saying that anything that is not done right is not done at all. So first and foremost, it baffles me why Mr. Y, who's a progressive vanguard, will be outraged because LRCI kind of requested their name be removed. So this process, the fight, when Julio took this fight for representation through Falau, as I know some of my colleagues were on the sideline, but we took the fight to Julio. We challenged Julio. Why can we be represented in Ohio as an organization? Julio wrote us and gave us so many reasons.
Falau
wrote us. Yeah, Falau wrote us and gave us so many reasons. So with this, we actually snubbed all those reasons, and we didn't agree with all their reasons of disunity and other stuff. So, but this had been an ongoing malice within the community. wherein few
Yeah.
individual gather
Yeah.
around and make the decision for the general population. So this is how UNIO was birthed. And this is how more organization going to be birthed, because equal representation is very key to any organizations. But if you, because I really get problem with the previous leadership where Frank Carter was leading Falau. So these things have been happening, leadership upon leadership upon leadership, until
It's bad.
this this time around it was exposed. And
Yeah.
with the way it was exposed, I just think that Mr. Y and his progressive will join Julio in the fight and exposing all these malices within our community, because the community
Thank you.
cannot be ran by just few people. The community
Yeah.
cannot be ran by clique. The community cannot
Yeah.
be ran by family. The community cannot be ran by just cycle of few guys. We have to expose them. We have to make Ohio know that, or Columbus know that LICI is not only the organization that representing the entire, or entire population in Central Ohio. So it was deceptive, it was bad,
Hmm.
and it had a very serious undertone. So I'll jump why and making sure that LICI is accountable for all these wrongdoing, and they cannot select few people. And I spoke to Falau Secretary General. A constitution is clear. The Secretary General for Falau reserve the sole responsibility of selecting these delegates and then sending them over to ULA. So
That,
the
You like, yeah.
selection
that was
process,
that was
yeah.
that was that was going to be my next question.
Okay.
How are delegates being sent to July election? Is it by sending lists, or the secretary decide who
They,
should
they,
represent the chapter?
yeah, the chapter, the various chapter, first of all, the secretary allocate delegate number to various chapters. Those chapters do carry on their selection and return the list to the secretary office, because the secretary is the head of Fulao. So the secretary kind of assuming, like, now we got 50 allocation, and you got the Toledo chapter, you got the Cleveland chapter, you got Columbus chapter. So the secretary definitely going to spread, or he did spread, certain figure at equilibrium to various chapters, and they're going to send a delegate. And then the remnants of the delegate, the secretary office hold the responsibility to add whatever number his office adds to get to the equilibrium, which is the 50. So that's the benefit of the secretary office. And more besides, as my friend and brother said, Honorable Sheriff, this has been a serious problem from day one. And the Bible says that it's time for everything. Now that we are speaking up, we were going to continue speaking up, but we are not backing the wrongs from the past. But I think the time is ripe. It is our due, and we are about to speak out. They have been having gentleman agreement. There have been no law on the books. They will go to their election and say, "Oh, Wetty bring 50 or 40%. Frank Carter bring 30% or bring 20%, and the other boy bring." They have been all gentleman agreement. It have been wrong from the beginning. It is wrong now, and we should condemn it, and we should face it on. That's the reason why they can't grapple. No one can bring tangible to the table to say, "Yes, the law. How many delegates you supposed to carry?" Because they are all been gentleman agreement. So today we are stepping out. They gave the secretary all the power preserved in the secretary office. He exercising it, but there should be check and balance. If we get out of the mess, there should be check and balance. But if they're very click, this cabal, the guy in this place, if they continue to control the nook and crannies of our community, we're not going to get anywhere. I can tell them they should get ready for this fight. The progressive are going to take the fight to their doorstep. We are not going to remain taciturn. We'll speak out. And the best case scenario, they got to step aside. Thank you.
Oh,
The sheriff.
Yeah, let me add on what Brother Juan just said. So it's unfortunate, but the list that was submitted by Falau Secretary General has been cast in stone. That will be the list that will be voted. That will be the delegates that recognized by the Election Commission for EULA to vote. So I just encourage my brother Wa and those who are on that list to be there. But
No, no,
also
uh,
admonishing them that they cannot be complacent because their name were on there this time around because other stakeholders were left out. So let me push for the right thing to be done, and the right thing that can be done or should be do is making sure that the constitution is reversed. Follow constitution of representation is reversed, and the
yeah,
sole selections of delegates shouldn't be the prerogative of LRCI alone. It should be consultation, like the way you can send out the elections guidelines or election commission, or announce the supply of food, because I always see fresh food
yeah,
product is ready. So yeah, you can have
yeah,
the decision making of the community that can switch or shift the form of the community. You cannot have those one. Those are the real, those are the apples and oranges of the whole cruise there. So bring those, yeah, those delegates of representation out. The same way you can bring the product or post all those things. Bring the real one
yeah.
out. People want to be represented. People don't. You can just try to grapple people by their stomach, but you should also give them the decision making power. So we'll acknowledge LICI to do the right thing, and the day of this click has to end, and I can
Yeah,
see it ending. And the establishment is worried because I got
yeah.
progressive who are speaking out, and I encourage them to speak out all and any platform, and making sure that their rights are not being intruded upon.
And let me just inject real quick before you come on our power. I want to
Mm.
assure on our Sharif that we are going to Philadelphia. We are locked and loaded. We are even going as observers. Not only just going to vote, we're going to observe the process. We're going to inject our presence in this election. We'll observe it from the very beginning to the end. And definitely, we are not going to be complacent. We make sure that we get deeply involved into this process. We are going with a full team to Philadelphia. And I told the executive director this morning, there will be no one to stop us from voting, period. Or else, Ohio is on record. Ohio usually set record. Probably he's not aware of that. But I told him in Philadelphia, there where these United States Constitution was signed, and the possibility that LRCI will face its dissolution in Philadelphia, the record, it will go viral. We are going over there very vigorous. We are unbending, and we are going to stand at those on the lines to go and vote. And if any name is altered from that list, the United States will hear about Ohio again. Ohio going to go viral, and all the various chapters will know that Ohio set record in Philadelphia. Let the world go for.
That was a very strong statement that about the dissolution of LRCR, and you are going with a whole group of people to stand your
Yeah,
ground. Very powerful statement.
because,
Uh,
because LRC have been so manipulative, and they continue to be controlling. You cannot control LRC at the same time do the job of LRC. I didn't want to do the job of Fulawa at the same time. You want to do the job of Yola. Where the independent, where the check and balance. The same people, they just turn it around, got venting. That it does not make any sense. So either for or against. If this election tend to deny us, definitely either LRC will be dissolved or Yola will face problem. It better the whole cartel come down. And that's what we are going for.
So, Joshua, let me just interject a little bit. I know my brother Y is real fired up, and he has all right to be fired up. But I just want to acknowledge him too. Uh, comrade, let's use the pen. So,
No,
let's
that
use the
depends.
diplomatic
That,
channel. Yeah,
the diplomatic channel.
let's use the
I,
diplomatic
I never
channel. Yeah,
alter anything of violence. Yeah, I just
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, We're using a pen. We are intellectual. We enter the discourse.
Let's enter the
But
discourse.
if we decide
Let's
to
change.
filibuster over there, if we are filibustering, there will be no election until we can get done with the filibustering. There is nothing but violence.
Let's use the tools to our disposal. We can change the constitution. We can participate within LRC at meetings. We can make our presence felt. We can be participatory in the process in the community building. So this is a fight, Mr. White. If you don't know, have been initiated 4 or 5 years ago, just to see a progressive leadership, a change in leadership, and change our mindset, the way we do things, because we have been seeing the same faces, the same clique, the same associate around the power corridors of the community for a long time. It's not that we don't know what to do. It's just we want to see equal participation for everybody, like you just said rightly. So it's a concern, Joshua. So I will stop.
So I think he had a network something. So I'm just looking at this statement, the last paragraph or the last sentence where it said, remove the following memo from the full hour list that was submitted fraudulently and not certified by LRC leadership. So Alpha is claiming that they sent their list that they certified, but your name appeared fraudulently. That is not being certified.
I would not be here to even interpret his lines, but I would just speak across the table. I don't know, probably is the system he's speaking to, because the reason why I took offense and many people took offense, his very pastor name on that list. I am not the only person calling fraudulent. A pastor there, Pastor CCLC name is on that list. You get Pastor Vani Yakwa's name on that list. You got Honorable Kato, who happens to be a vice or a chair for Yola before, name on that list. So this is how you're going to pay people, by eminent people in the community, by calling them fraudulent. I think it's a process. I don't want to think he can refer to us as fraudulent, because he know that we have impeccable characters. Our record speaks volume. So we don't fall into those jargons when they are using it. At times people use words and they don't know what it means. But definitely, I think he was referring to the process. Where I told him when he went on a back channel and saying that people are not of good standing. That's what I hold him responsible for when he said people are not of good standing. But that fraudulent, I don't think he's talking to us. We are people of reputable characters. And I don't think he will, I don't think he would choose to disrespect his own pastor and disrespect other pastors in the community, because that list there is full of people of impeccable characters. So I just want to conclude that probably you're referring to the quote-unquote system, and that he got issue with Fulao because it's not bending towards them today. When it's bending towards them, it becomes caucus. They go in caucus and just decide to fit all the community.
Let me just hold you to that statement, because it is not bending towards them. You bend the community. These are some of the reasons of the birth of Julio, and you've been here, and you know the story. But we just seeing you coming up boldly like this,
that was
because your name was mentioned, and the LRC don't deem it necessary that your name should be there. So now, now you are coming up to defend why your name should be there. But yesterday, when you were fighting and crying, we did not see people like you supporting the process.
Definitely, that was what I said earlier on.
Let me set the record straight. Since I joined the advocacy in the community, probably I was not aware of Julio or back and forth with Fulao. I must be honest. But since I became vocal, when I speak, I speak. When I sing, I sing. When I move, I move. When LRCI try to categorize our Independence Day and demoralize our Independence Day status by levying fees, I spoke out. By taking the ball where the common man can go, they try to treat LRCI ball with elitism. I spoke out. I have been very vocal. If you follow my track record in recent time, but definitely the scenario with Yulio and Falao, I can kind of say to you that I was not aware. It was not in my know. Let me be factual on that. But I can assure you there is no screw going to remain unturned in this community. As of now, we will speak out. We will remain vocal. And people can say what they want to say. They will say, oh, he's there. He like today when we're going to chat room there on our benta, consider me a chat room politician. That's why I can invite anybody to any debate, any topic. And I will engage and we were on the chat room that we were talking. We have records. I graduated from a government institution. I was student council president. I won election unopposed. So when I go in, I go with all my might. The strategy, all the strategies you guys using around here, these are all elementary strategies. They shouldn't think that people are stupid in the community to be so say one, so say all. Gone are those days. They got to be having a plan B because the progressive are stepping up and the tide is going to change and change for the better. Thank you.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, So Daniel is right. And also Joshua made a very salient point. So the only issue I had with Daniel was when he started to speak out because he was excluded. Because you see, there's a famous saying that if you see your neighborhood is on fire,
Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight.
Don't let your house
Sharif,
burn before you turn the fire, because the fire will just reach to you. Talk.
I get your point. I understand your point, your frustration, but I made it clear to you that it was not in my know. I did not know about your battle at the time. Then I gave you a scenario. They never charged me at the fee. I don't do business. I did not attend the ball because I knew it was not part of the grassroots. I spoke out. Not that I was directly involved or directly or affected. This list, I got people higher than me on that list. I'm not speaking because of the list. I'm speaking when you read my stuff, when I refer to LRCI as being mediocre and reducing itself to a family table. I'm speaking about the process wherein Alpha selected a family member to represent a whole community. You can get 10 slots and allocate 4 to your family. That's what I'm speaking from. List, I got no control on that list coming from Falao.
Yeah,
I got no control on that list coming from Falao. I didn't impose myself on that list. Yeah. So I'm speaking. I'm holding LRCI I'm holding LRCI feet to the fire to tell them that they have credible people in the community. They have people of impeccable characters. They got people who represent this community instead of only the Tonga family. We're going to say no to nepotism. We'll say no to dictatorship, and we'll continue to speak out.
Thank you. I hope, and I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to what you just said, and I'll look forward to engaging, because I think you're in there for the right reason. Because if you speak out like the way you're speaking today, this is what we have been doing over the years, just to make sure equal representation for all residents in Central Ohio. We didn't want the community to be, like you said, on the family basis, nepotistic basis, tribalistic basis, declarism, elitism, all these things. So we wanted our equal representation, and if you join in the bandwagon, we say welcome to the advocacy. But I know the community will be emancipated soon, because we on the right trajectory. We've been having some back those meetings, and we also been engaged in them. I was surprised I didn't see you in the last one, because I consented for you to come and make up your opinion. So let's keep it up. And I know you're in there for the right reason, like I said, but this have been going on over 30 years. So I think it's about time we put stop to it. And the
Yeah.
generation is changing. And we have more Liberian in Central Ohio of diverse opinion, diverse political background. So it's about time that we not hold the community in stagnation. And it's about time we make equal representation for all on all bases, not only
Yeah.
product sharing or any other, on all
Product sharing.
bases. So yeah, I agree with you.
And
I agree
definitely,
with you 100%. Mhm.
I want to say thank you again for inviting me to the meeting. I got the link, I got the address, but I had something that popped up. That's the reason why I did not turn up. But definitely, I will attend any meeting you guys get coming up. I will try my best to attend. Unlike LRC that had meeting every leap year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So I just want to dig into the constitution of Falau and what it says. I know we visited it previously. So I talked to the Secretary General, and he's open to revamping or making any addendum to that selection process. He thought that it was the right thing to do, and he told me that LRC, this is what they've been doing before. This is what they have been doing for the last couple of years. Even the election that they had
Yeah.
when Kamara became the chairperson, the president for EULA, that's how they've been doing the selection process. And I told them it was flawed because I thought that other
Yeah.
people were not represented, and I think it should be revamped. We can engage Falau on another time or another level on that. But I really
Yeah.
love the vigor you bring it into this, and the
Thank
grassroots,
you.
the progressive mindset, and
Thank you.
engaging everybody civilly. So let's continue doing this civilly and bring down
Yeah.
whatever clique that get this community in stagnation. We don't want to divide it. We just want to see the right thing happen. I think
Want to
that's
see the
our
right thing.
advocacy here. Mhm.
I, I
The
I would
very
already
about
love
the
for Ben Carter or Alpha to have appear. Ben tried coming on earlier, but then for some reason he dropped off. But I want to
you
know.
can still rearrange it for another time, brother, as I suggested after 5 o'clock or on a weekend. We can
Yeah,
come and look, the more we
yeah.
discuss our community, the
Mhm.
better it will be. And I can
The
show
better
you
will
to get
be.
greater
Yeah.
audience.
Right. So
Yeah.
so so I wanted to know because Sherry, you've been in the community for a very very long time. You are the current board chair of UU. You are the president of LUFA. How can your name did not appear on our list? You are a very vibrant person in the community.
So
He's not a Tonga.
Daniel had just made it clear this community have been in the reverse mode. But the
Yeah.
senior has been progressive because they changed it from being an organization status and quasi NGO status, having executive director,
Yeah.
having an
Uh-huh.
as assistant, because they just coined this to suit their own, self-aggrandizement. But I don't
That
think,
NGO,
yeah,
that's another topic for another day.
yeah.
Let me
That's
just
what
call
I'm
you
saying.
that's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
topic for another day. Power, you should hold that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should
That's
hold
another
that.
topic for another day. Go ahead, boss.
And then they wrote out, sending out constitutional review, and then they send out, because I read their constitution or recently. So it's all flow logic, and it's
Yeah.
all about I know the executive director usually say you don't want to run these things, you got businesses to run here and there,
I'll
but
tell
if you don't
you.
want to run this thing, give it up. We got competent people
Serious.
that can run it. So but if you want to run it, just run it right and run it honestly, and then don't run
Yeah.
it with some skeleton on the or some ulterior motive. I'm not accusing you of
No.
ulterior motive, but let's be transparent to the people. You see, no one heard of
Yeah.
this delegation list. If one
No.
wouldn't blow out, I didn't even know how you got hold of that letter. But if he couldn't blow out this contestation, we couldn't have heard it.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Powell, no, they just they just put people who close associate, like why see the other list contain 5 family member or 4 family member. Why will you do that?
Yeah. The 10
Why would
allocation
you
for
do that?
Colombo, the 10 for LRCI, you
Yes.
give 4 to Tonga. Your man,
You
your
see?
pa, you
Yeah.
yourself, and your wife. If you have any
Why would
child
you
above
do
18,
that?
you're going
Yeah.
to add a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
If
would you
any
do
kids
that?
were
That's
above 18, you're going to add them.
Hold on. Caller, please change all your monitor.
Yeah, my monitor is off.
Go ahead.
My name is Timothy Wiaka. I'm calling just to share my own thought of the discussion today. I'm happy to hear my brother on the show today because, like my brother, my board chair just said, this thing have been our fight, Julio fight, and people did not see it. And as I've been one person at Powell. I think you took it on your show one time, but I've been one person. One morning I woke up and felt very, very inside me I was very angry with the existence of Falau, the LRCI, and this one set of people. You know, today we're hearing all the noise because it is against AFA today. But this has been happening over the years.
Yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
That's something that they've been doing. Every one of them have been doing it to each other. But because today it's hurting somebody who feel that it's going to go against him. That's why he's speaking out. But this is the same thing we saw. We said, gentlemen, the thing you're doing not correct. You cannot be running the organization like this. Look at Cincinnati. Cincinnati drop off of Falau.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They only had three chapters.
Yes. Even Dayton drop out.
Yeah. So we need to fight that thing and restructure the whole Falau. You know, the whole Falau, the LRCI, the thing that all this one must step aside and do the right thing for them put in Columbus. When we say the person will talk too much, they say we know plenty. There's a problem here. How can you put your mind, yourself on one list? This is not correct at all.
Disingenuous.
Yeah.
You try to you put the finger, all of them coming to you. You make a list because you can't answer on the list. Come on, brother. All of you not fair. All of you not fair. And I'm happy that at least my brother too is joining this fight because this is want to fight. We want to fight. We want the right thing to be done in Columbus. Columbus should be represented by good people. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Columbus should be represented by good people. Gentlemen, you just listened to the Vice President Timothy Wiaka of ULIO, and the last time he asked to come on the show when Fulao denied ULIO membership. In that LRCI said that there gonna be 2 librarian grouping in Columbus. Who determined that? Only LRCI knows. You know, so this is something that needs serious attention. The last election, you don't never have representation. How they did that selection, nobody knew. You know, and we are not figure-headed people here in Columbus.
No.
Few group of people will just come and just make decisions for everybody. You know, it doesn't work that way in a civilized place. We have to speak out, and if we don't speak out, like I said one time, Fulao should be a representation of the librarian people in Ohio, not LRCI.
Yes. Yeah.
Fulao should be a represent every one of us. Not LRCI is just a Columbus-based organization. Matter of fact, they are now an NGO, so they don't even represent the majority of the people. So
that's why the next fight is that we are going to take our community back. That's the next battle. We take our community back and we run that NGO. We are getting there.
You know, so it is a serious thing. If you want to have an organization, you have it. You want to have a community, you have it. You cannot have the two institutions together. It is a good thing to create your organization, your NGO, or whatever. But then people have the space.
Mr. Wa, if you have the listing that LRC has submitted to Falao, can you please share that with us if you do? Because I have not seen that listing. I only
you read it?
Yeah.
The document I put out on the political chat group, he the Alpha said it lazy or no column C or whatever, but I will make sure I spread or I will post LRCI listing so you can see all the tongas. I will post it on the political group chat.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that the informations are accurate because I like to base it on fact. I don't like to, just make my decision. Yeah. So, but if that's what they did, then that was wrong. And I think the community should have had a say in the selection of delegate process. And if Falau does not have, specific clause or anything holding them or stipulating it in making these selections process. So I don't think they should have problem with Falau because what Falau is doing is what they're doing vast extension because they didn't let anybody know. They didn't consult or and it's in the purview of the Secretary General of Falau to select anybody. So he was acting right.
Yeah.
So and then they challenging his authority. So I think, like you said, let's make sure we do what we can do to emancipate this community because I think the community is in a stagnation mode, and I think it has to get out of that mode. Yeah.
I mean, and this is a wake up call. This is a wake up call, and our people got to be fully cognizant of these guys' tactic. They are not in the common interest of our people. They are here to enrich themselves. They call LRCI their property. We know how they say what they say in the back, and they think other people are stupid around here. We have absolutely no problem with that NGO. They can go ahead with that NGO, but there will be a day, there will be a time that we're going to step out and take our community back. The community belongs to the people, and we, the people, deserve our community. We are going to take our community back, and they will run that NGO. We are getting there.
I'm trying to read this document. I'm trying to figure out the column C where the LRCI is, but I can.
Yeah, when you follow the tech or the whole stuff that one just posted, I can read under here and say, I challenged Benta to post the LRCI listing, or I'm going to post it in 10 minutes. And then he came out and said, "Oh, it's right in no column C or some C he mentioned over there."
Yeah, I'm trying to the column C because the list the bullet 1, 2, bullet 4 that's a remove this name is clear. So
I seen that. That. So, the need is requested to be removed. I didn't just see the need is they submitted. But like I said, Mr. Watt, you guys are confirmed. So just galvanize everybody on that listing. I think those are the people that will be represented.
Oh, definitely, we're going to be in Philadelphia Friday night, and definitely we'll be online by 11 o'clock. Our observers will already be at the pool, making sure that before the first person casts that vote, we will be there. And I'm going to Philadelphia with a Progressive Alliance. I'm going to have an alliance from all the other states that will be over there. The Progressive Alliance is going to be present in whoever wins this Yola election. The Progressive going to speak out. That's the reason why we're going to move to another chapter. I'm going to sign a caveat in Philadelphia that anyone running for any public office, you're working for a well-hot job here, they can do your background check. We got to start doing people background check before they run for public office around here. We're going to sign a caveat to anyone who winning that election in Philadelphia that Yola got to start considering that.
Let me just I just saw the listing.
You saw the listing? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to share it with us if you can read it?
Yeah,
please?
call the name.
Yeah. It's Alpha Tonga, Zarazina, Kamuna, Comfort Cannon,
No, that's a Tonga. That's a Tonga. Put a Tonga where Tonga belong.
Yeah.
Zara is a Tonga.
Yeah. Sumo, Farina Tonga, Benta.
There are 3 Tonga already.
Yeah. Delhi, Washington, Joseph Popo, David Tonga, James.
There are 4 Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go there. Any Tonga you call, I will check it so Sherry can see how many Tonga in there.
Yeah. This is the list. 4 Tonga.
I wish Ben can come on here and debunk some of these.
That's why I told Ben is a packer. Ben is a packer. It's so unfortunate. He said he's not a
let me be
podcast. He
honest with
calling
you.
me a chat room politician. He's a podcast. He don't have the guts to ask after these questions. But when we step up, then he won't
So
ask
no,
a
no, we
question.
have to make him to have we have to make him to ask his boss these questions, because I want to just make this clear. And like I said, this is a disclaimer. I'm speaking on behalf of myself. Ben, I saw Ben to be one of the progressive, so I voted for him. But it seemed like he's drifting
He letting
and
us
letting
down.
the people down. He's letting the people down.
Yeah,
So, and I have told him this before, and I'll be frank to tell him this. He's a man of his own intellect. He can learn somebody to make him do the wrong thing, and if he feel that
to
it does,
use him.
yeah,
You
it's
can't be
not
the father
right.
was to use him.
Yeah,
He been
yeah,
used.
yeah. So he has to stop that. If you want to come to this table, or honestly, we owe him for that. Or prosperity will judge him as well, because we
Yeah,
campaigned for him because we saw he was going to be one of the progressive like you and bringing new ideas. But since we started negotiation with him, he's been snail walking, and I would
yeah,
advise him to be himself. He can make somebody just use him the way they want to. If his name is on that list and he knows the selection process, he could have contacted stakeholder within the community to derive at that, so to derive at where they are. And then he should have said, no, we can't have full family members on the scene listing. The community is large, so let's get representation to the
yeah,
other people. So, but if you
yeah,
don't say these things and then you advocate the removal of other people, so it just say a lot about how he's operating. So, please give him the time, man. You got to give him the time, and you got to make himself clear on these things, or we'll hold his feet to the fire. Yeah, we
yeah,
will,
yeah.
because I voted for him. That's why I'm saying this.
I just posted the LRCR. They call it updated delegate list.
Yeah.
So,
Put it on the political platform. Let me see it.
yeah, I put it
That we got to
already there.
expose these things.
And
Why? If you see
and
these things creeping, they are creeping monsters.
I just called Ben, but he refused to answer. Ben has to be, a, a, accountable to the people. That's why the people voted
Yeah, the
for him.
people that voted for him. Yes,
Bro,
yes.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
leading you.
we got credible text message in other chat room. People are fighting in other chat room right now as I speak to you. Other chat room. If you hear and see what are discussing in other chat room, your hair will explode on your head. How people sit in living room. How you not part of the caucus. That's the reason why you lost the election in your backyard. People talk going throwing jabs at each other.
All right, Ben. Yes, sir. Yeah, mama. I don't know why you can log on, but you are live on the conversation. Your name has been mentioned on many occasions, and so we wanted you to clear some of the allegation level against you and your character. We are just looking at the LRCR delegate list. Your name is there. 4 Tongos are on that list, and AFA is demanding that the other name posted by Folawo be removed and be replaced by a Tonko family. And you came as a result of your election, you came as the change. You came to bring different scenario to the game. But now it has been leveled against you that you are playing the same game the gentlemen were playing yesterday. What is your saying?
When you team game like what?
The game that you saw 4 Tongos name on our list, and you did not call your boss to check, and your boss demanded other names to be removed, and we haven't heard you say anything.
I was not aware of it, so I don't know why would they say that.
You were not aware of the list that was sent to Folawo?
No.
Wow, but then I think that
So there
that
shows, yeah. There it just validate probably Wild's point that you're a podcast.
yeah.
So I think you should be in the knowing that's not an excuse. Ben can give that as an excuse. If LRCA is sending the list,
hold on now. If my name is then put down Ben mentioned, I should be aware of it, right?
Yes.
Is this Benta?
I don't think this Benta. I don't
No,
think.
this is
Yeah,
not Benta.
probably.
This is
Yeah, yeah. You calling the
not Benta.
you calling the wrong band, bro.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's baffle.
All right, I'll get you. This is not
My
Benta.
man, I gotta go, bro. I gotta wrap up.
Yeah, because I
I get my but he's not off the hook. You can still get in touch with him after the program, and you can still get back to us. We are
Yeah,
always
you can
waiting.
schedule
As I told you,
something.
once it's
Yeah.
after 5 o'clock or weekend, I will always be waiting.
All right. I'll be traveling this weekend. Maybe we can come out next Saturday to discuss.
Next weekend, no problem. The community is big. We got more days ahead of us. We got more time ahead of us. We can make the change. We can engage them. There's
we
no
have to
time
start.
too late.
Yeah. No, there's no time too late. We just need the right time, the right people to make those changes.
Okay, let me call Benta. Maybe we can have him as a.
Yeah, you guys can run away from your own shadow. You guys got to come and be accountable to this community, though. Yeah. We
Hello?
I say, is it Benta? I don't got to bring different Ben here again.
Yeah, no, this is Benta. Then, yeah, what's up?
You get fake Benta on your show?
Yeah. I was surprised with it, but we're gonna Ben is it. This is the wrong Ben.
Look,
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen,
How many times you call me?
And I'm gonna answer. I hear damn why talking nonsense on your show. I hear this my brother-in-law over there. I hear my brother-in-law over there, accusing me. I hear your brother-in-law over there accusing me of being a podcast and all that nonsense. Look, in our community,
You say we're talking nonsense. Your own internet not strong. Go, you gotta step your Wi-Fi up.
You went meet that you would lost you.
Yeah, like bro, gonna say your data, your unit feeling, but you ain't like bro.
Then your line keep going mute for a few seconds.
But please send Ben a link. So let's ask him these hard questions.
hello?
He's seen it. On the political group chat, he's seen it. They will still ask you for facts when they seen the facts. They will still ask for facts.
Yeah, we are getting better now.
Look, I've been in this community longer than any one of you guys on that show. If you guys are honest with yourself, you'll understand that there's a process and procedure to how we do things in our community. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The issue,
In any community, they got process and procedure. So that you just reminding us about normal things that we know that can happen. Go to the point.
Yeah, but then you don't follow the process and procedure. If you have an issue with the leadership,
I will not come discuss it with you. I can't bring rat complete to cat. I can never bring rat complete to cat.
You see, if you listen, you will learn. You're not a listener. If you listen, you will learn. The first
answer the main question.
Communication. The first key to communication, you listen and then you learn. You call me, Powell called me in the show to talk. I'm here to talk. You want to talk, I'm going to give you the talk. You guys accuse me of all kinds of stuff. You cannot accuse me of stuff that you don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Go ahead, boss.
Then there are community meetings that you can come to. We have quarterly community meetings so you guys can discuss issues when the issues arise. There are elders in the community that you can call, board members that you can call and say, look, this is an issue. Let's talk about it. There's a right protocol of doing things. If you don't understand how certain things work, you can call other people and say, hey, how this thing work? I've been in this community longer than you. I've been in the community longer than anybody. There's way you do things so you can get heard, so that people take you seriously. You don't start accusing people without facts. You don't start calling people names without facts. We sit down in a meeting, we discuss issue,
about how we can move our community forward. You don't expect me to put those issues on the line and be talking all on social media about it. The bottom line is the EULA dedicated process is fraud. It's been fraud for years before we even got into this community. It needs to be fixed. There has been issues with the process. The process, I was in leadership even prior to this current leadership, that we never saw a dedicated list. The dedicated list was secret. And only certain people have a dedicated list. We pushing for the community deciding who the dedicates are by due paying members. The SG of Falau cannot determine who's the dedicate to a specific chapter would be. The chapter's president or the chapter director cannot determine who the delegate needs to be. It needs to be all its due paying members. That's the issue. You can't solve this issue by going on social media and talking. You can come to the table, you bring the issue, and we discuss it. I cannot be talking to you on social media and you dare typing all kinds of stuff, accusing people. You're gonna come with facts. We've been in this community for 30 years where I've never seen a dedicated list. Now we see dedicated list. We've been in this community for over, and EULA and Falau been existing for over 40 years. The process has been fraud. There have been other people that have been capitalizing on the process to advance their political gain. We know that. But you don't fix it by shouting on social media. You come to the table, you voice your opinion, we look at it, we change constitution or we amend constitution to fix the issue so that it's transparent.
Ben,
So you
Ben,
cannot tell me,
Ben, hold on. Let me hold you right there.
You cannot tell me there's nothing that's being done in the background because you don't know. You don't know what's being done in the background. If you want to know what's being done in the background, you call. You got my number there. Fakoma has my number. You call. We talk about it. We cannot solve our issues on social media. We cannot solve our issue in the chat room. We call each other. We talk civilly. We have meetings. We discuss the issue.
Ben,
you cannot go on social media accusing me of being a fat cow or accusing me or you voted for me and this and that. Then you didn't vote for me. Did you pay your dues to vote for me? You're not paying your dues. So what are you talking about? But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Let me just let me just hold you on. Let me just ask you on some of the points that you just raised. That the EULA issue, fallout issue, has been a serious problem for time immemorial. The only reason why Alpha is voicing out now is because this list is not in your favor. What have you guys done in the past to curtail this thing from reaching to today's? Because you saying that this been happening, you saying that you guys have not been seeing lists, but today the list is not in your favor, and your boss is crying. What have you guys done?
Look. No one is crying for the list not being in our favor. Let's get that corrected in the first place, right? We saying that the list needs to be the Secretary General of Falau. There's no constitution or there's no law that's saying the Secretary General of Falau cannot assign delegate or the local chapter cannot assign delegate. We need to fix that. If the Secretary General say, hey, look, there are 15 delegates and we're going to share it among the local chapters, and I need the local chapters to provide that list, right? You can't go again and say, okay, I'm going to select the delegate for your local chapters. That's a disrespect to the local chapter, because the local chapter pay you dues and pay you money. You don't know what's going on in the local chapter. You're just a conduit for the local chapter to go to EULA. So the delegate process is fraud. We need to fix it. Not because something been done a certain kind of way for years, that means it's right.
Right. Let me correct Ben.
And we need to come together and fix it. But you can't fix it with 3 days before July election. And you can't fix it on social media. We need to have a meeting, and that's why we have a community meeting. Dan can come to the meeting. Fakoma can come to the meeting. Powell, you can come to the meeting. You can voice your opinion.
Hold on.
Ben, before you
Let me respond to Ben.
Yeah, before you come on, Ben, I think I think the social media is helping all more than just calling you as an individual. If Daniel has not raised this issue, and you're gonna call you by maybe call you, it will be the same old story. It will be gentleman discussion.
Powell, it's not the same old story. Have Daniel only come for an issue and I didn't address it? No, it won't be the same old story. If you call me, you have an issue. My goal as a leader is to bring it to the table and talk about it. You can't say, hey, look, I called Ben for an issue and the result. But come on, when you come in for an issue, did I bring it to the table and we're addressing it?
Yeah. But let me clarify a few things.
It's possible to be fixed in 2-3 days.
Fakama want to respond to you.
Yeah, let me clarify a few things. So I agree with one thing Ben said, that the system of delegate selection is flawed. It need to be revamped. It need to be fixed. I agree with that. That's an accurate statement. But what Ben don't know is the selection of delegate process are done among 5 cities in Ohio. That's Toledo, that's Dayton, that's Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. You get me? So Cincinnati is inactive. Hold on. Let me learn, bro. Let me learn, please. Cincinnati is inactive. Dayton is inactive. Cincinnati is inactive. Dayton is inactive. Hold on now. Let me learn. I got this facts together, and you can look it up or research it. So Cincinnati is inactive. Dayton is inactive. So the Secretary General split those allocation among 3 cities. So the remaining 20 delegates, because ULA allocated 50 delegates. The remaining 20 delegates, these were the delegates he used his description. Okay? This was the remaining delegates, because since Toledo don't have a lot of people, so the factor is how many people can go, and then who willing to go and fulfill their job to the election, to ULA election. So it was predicated upon that he appointed other people from Columbus. But now LRCI is seeing why the extra people were not, why the SG didn't get a prerogative to LRCI to appoint the additional people listing that was included on ULA list. So LRCI in short needed all those 27 people to be appointed by them. You see the issue?
That's not the issue. That's not the issue that was.
That's the issue. And then,
let's talk about the issue. The issue here is if you have 50 delegates and you only have 3
active chapter.
Active member, active chapter, however you call it. Those delegates will be split evenly across the board. There should be 20 goes to LRCI, and then 10 goes to the other 2 chapters. They should be split equally across the board.
Who determined that?
The gentleman agreement. Last election,
who determined that, man?
20 delegates unilaterally.
Who determined
unilaterally,
that?
So
the issue, you see, you can't run an organization as a friendship or clique level. That's our point here.
Over there, and our point is not on that list. 4 Tonga on the list. He didn't say nothing. They wanted a balance number, so Ben Tag will put 6 star on the list. They wanted to split it between the Thai and the Tongas. That's why I want additional numbers for.
So the issue is.
You're talking something you don't know. If I want to put 6 stars on the list, it can be 10. With 10 of us in Columbus, I can put it on this. So you don't know what you're
talking about. You want the other number so you can add the Thai and the Tongas up. You can't talk about who vote for you. You did not even attend your own inauguration. If you're going to attend your inauguration, you're going to know who voted for you. But that one, I give you pass on it.
Powell, let's talk about the issues. Let's talk about the issues.
Okay, no, we're talking about the issue. This is what I'm telling you. Who determined the rest of the delegates? It's the SG.
If he's not well on the
that's
list,
what he did.
The LRCI list, let me speak to LRCI list. The list here, well, let's speak to it. How the 4 Tongos go on the list? Now your office, speak about your office first. How the 4 Tonga go on that list? Now your domain.
Look, Look, listen, Powell, are you going to control this topic? Or
Yeah. We are.
I'm supposed to be all right here now. I just waited for you. I just hope you on this show now. I set my time already.
No. We can talk. We can talk civilly, guys.
Right.
We're trying to get, like I told you, Mr. Wild. Let's talk about the fights.
But that's right. Four tonguers are fights. It's visible.
You can speak with facts.
That-
You can speak with facts on you.
The four tonguers are fights.
Hold on, Daniel. Let's get Ben the floor to
Yeah.
discuss the list.
But I didn't end my premise though. So
Hold on.
Personally,
Bro,
however you want.
they make a lecture you, man. They make a lecture you. The next time we see them, man, I gotta go. I ain't here for Ben to come lecture me.
I will lecture you because you don't know. You can talk about facts, right? The underlying issue here comes from Philao. Philao is the one that reports to Eula, right?
yes.
You cannot, if you have only 3 active chapters and you split in among the chapters, you can split it equally among chapters.
It doesn't say so. There's no constitution. There's no provision under Philao state that.
That's the issue that needs to be addressed.
But I just told you I agree with you on the issue that need to be addressed. It's an amendment to Philao constitution, but
in the talk show, we have to sit down and we have to look at Philao constitution. We have to put this thing in writing. We have to look at LICI constitution. We have to put this thing in writing on who or how delegates are selected.
So Ben, when are we going to do that?
No. The question,
yes.
we haven't get there, Paul. We have not get there. So why is LICI contesting Philao list? Why are they contesting it? If you know very well that the sole prerogative of the SG for Philao is to make sure and produce that list and give it to Eula. And you submitted 10 lists, and then they said the remaining 20 people, they could use their own description. And then you said, no, you don't want those that were included only from Columbus, Ohio. That's not being fair.
Even we need to push for division of the dedicated list, even among chapters.
Yeah, I agree. Which I agree with you, but you guys have not been doing that. So there's no point you guys have done that. LICI have done that. If you get 4 family members on the same list, if you have 4 family members on the same list, is that an equal distribution among each chapter? I mean, each organization in Columbus? No.
We can scrutinize the list all we want. At the end of the day, there's no rule that says 1 or 1. We can scrutinize the list. We can look at the list and say, oh, we got two cousins and 2 nephews on the list. We got 5. Look, at the end of the day, that list was to be pushed to the due-paying members, and the leadership need to select due-paying members who are capable of traveling and spending their time to go and vote in the election.
I said the same thing. They have to be capable and willing.
You're not talking about, oh, this person, this person. Don't worry about the list. Worry about how the list is generated and who is responsible for generating that list. But because there's no rule, you can't beat someone on the head and say, "Oh, why are you doing this?" when there's no rule to do it.
But you can't exclude other people too that was selected by the authority that have the sole power to do this election too.
The authority doesn't have any sole power to do anything.
Philao.
Hold on.
The listing is submitted by Philao. It's not submitted by LICI. Since LICI is under Philao.
Let me just submit the names and Philao give it to Eula. It's not Philao.
That's right. And you submitted 10 members, right? And now you need you asking for additional members and others to be excluded.
And then come to your chapter and select people that haven't paid dues. It doesn't work that way.
Ben, from the beginning, you said that both Philao and LICI does not determine who make the list. There's no law on the book for that. LICI, right? So since there is no law for that, and Philao having to be the mother organization of Ohio Liberian citizen, what is wrong with them making a decision?
Making a decision?
Yeah, to do the listing.
They shouldn't be making any decisions as far as which member in the local chapter goes to the ULI convention.
Yeah, but you just said that.
They're not in the local chapter.
Yeah, but you just said that there is no law, there is no law that prohibits them from making a listing. So
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We need to come up with policies and do that.
yeah, I agree with that.
But you cannot come in my chapter and determine who's a due paying member or who's not a due paying because you don't know. So
Ben, too wrong does not make anything right. Too wrong does not make anything right. If Falawa is wrong, LRCI is wrong in their selection process, it is wrong. Or wrong, it is wrong. And this is what we're saying. So, but you can't defend it.
What I'm trying to say to you is you cannot fix it on this call. And now you and I can talk all we want, we go back and forth, we cannot fix this on the call. We need to come to a consensus, we go to LRCI, we go to Falawa, we fix it. You and I can talk all we want, we go in circles. But my issue is you cannot attack me personally on calls and tell me, oh, I'm a podcast, I'm this and that, because you don't even know what I'm doing. And you have never come to me with an issue. You have called me up with an issue that you are concerned about, and I don't try to address it.
No, DY said it seems like you're a piker, and I say if you are tap lip on this situation, then it seems like it is.
Ben is slow. I tell you about Ben. So look, there are processes and procedures that you got to follow. You can when stuff is broken, you get fixed overnight. We believe in law.
But you have to have a progressive attitude, man. You can't keep saying if stuff breaking. So if it is broken, then you either part of it or you there to fix something. That's what I'm saying.
If you're going through procedural to fix stuff, doesn't mean you don't have a progressive attitude. By being progressive doesn't mean that you're not doing stuff. You see.
So how much more time? How much more time? Because I know we got a history of this fixing things.
If something was broke for 5 years, you can fix it in 2-3 weeks. If something was broke for 40 years, you can fix it.
Okay, let's be honest here to ourselves, Ben. If you see 4 family members on the list of where we have potential people that can go, so you don't say anything about it, let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. You can't question it. I will question it. I don't care who I work for. If I see the wrong, I'll question the wrong. This is what we say.
You are a member of this community, just like I'm a member of the community, right? We are working on behalf of the community. You voted for me. You can call me if you have issues and we can address it. We don't have to come on shows to
I agree on that. I agree.
The reason why I even take what's the name call because you guys are putting my name in the dirt. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's fair to me because you guys have to talk with facts.
I mean that's it.
Trying to resolve it.
That's the reason. That's the reason I call you so that you go defend your character.
Yeah, but you cannot put my character on the line when you don't think that I'm fast enough to resolve issues that have been lingering for 40, 50 years or 5 years.
But that's why they voted for you, Ben. That's the message you brought.
Yeah. So we're holding you accountable. It's not about character. We're holding you accountable. We're holding your feet to the fire. If you make this commitment, I'll hold that up to you. So it's not on why I made the statement he made. I said if that's how it looks like, then you gotta move faster.
Sherry, when you call me for issues, I listen to the issue, I bring it to the table, we discuss it.
That's what we want.
Yes, Powell, if you have an issue with this or Flower thing and the LRCI thing, bring it to the table, call the leadership, hey, this is the issue. But what I have a problem with is we can go on social media and be saying opinions when we have a process and procedure in place to bring issues to the table. Oh. You can have an issue and come to me and don't come to me and say, "Oh, I'm not resolving issues." You come to me.
We have happened with Fulawo, and we went the normal way. We went the diplomatic.
Yeah, we engaged Fulawo. We've been engaging them.
So sometimes if you can't get it diplomatically, then you have to go radical.
Okay, go radical. What I'm saying is, when you deal with me, you call me with an issue. If I'm in leadership, you call me with an issue. I'll work with you to try to resolve the issue. I'm talking on behalf of me. I'm not talking about the other kind of leadership.
Yeah.
Now, if you have an issue, you talk to me about it.
Okay.
it's an issue.
I agree, and that's what we're expecting. So when we saw this listing, we were shocked because we were shocked, and it came as a dismay. Yeah.
I'm bringing on social media. You call me or you call the leadership, and if they can't solve that problem, then you can do whatever you want. You just don't jump on like damn wow who puts his stuff in public like that. The last time he went into his or one of the tweet chat and started accusing LRCI leadership of stuff. You call the leadership. If the leadership doesn't answer your call, doesn't resolve it.
Yeah. I believe that's the way it should be done, and I like to take that way. It just sometimes you have to go radical too to get people attention and calling stuff out.
If the leadership is not listening, you go radical. I don't blame you for doing whatever you do. If the leadership, you bring it to the leadership, and the leadership is not doing anything about it within a reasonable time, you go radical. There are elders in the community that listen. There are board members. There are layers that you can go to. If this is not happening, then you start going radical. We're a civil organization. You know, we are reasonable people. We're all looking to be transparent, right? So when you come to the table, when you call us, if we don't solve those issues, there are other layers that you can call and say, okay, I'm not being heard. This is the issues, right? And then if those people don't hear, then you go radical. I'm all for it, but you at least give the people that you're accusing chance to resolve the issue before you start going radical. That's all I'm saying. You got leaders. If you have a problem with the community, go to the leaders. The leaders not listening, go above them. Go to the board member. The board member not listening, take it to the elders. Then, if no one listens, go radical. That's what I'm saying.
All right, guys. I think it was fair enough to have called Ben to defend his character.
I know who that guy you were talking to earlier.
That was another Ben. Man. They made them. I know why you're talking about. But this
is an issue, and it's an age-long issue. So I would think that LRCI will start to address these issues because this was not, like I said, I'm here as an individual and I'm concerned too. You see, I think representation should be made inclusively. What you say?
I think it's being like, bro, what are you doing here?
Man, on the show, my man. Don't be. This is broadcast live. I mean, yeah. So, so we'll seek redress appropriately. And okay. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. So, let's end the community stuff.
Bring us back on. Anytime if we have these concerns, let's stakeholders come and address this issue. But I think
let's talk about our plan program for the. Let me see what I can get.
Yeah,
man.
I'm here.
For some reason, I'm not in a chat again. So your picture.
I can post it there. Yeah. I'll add you by just send me the link.
So if you can post it to get one or two person on, so that we can have at least 10 or 15-minute conversation.
Okay. Let me post this. The link you sent me, right?
Yeah, post it. Let's see what we can get one or two.
Okay, put me on mute now. I'll go to commercial. Let me.
Promises that left us to a lot of damages.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us. We are about now to switch to another topic. The guys in Ohio, CDC chapter in Ohio, planning a mass get together in a week to come to discuss issues about the party. people lie to us.
The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us.
Timothy George Weir. So until we set laws that determine how delegates are submitted, we cannot say Fulawa was wrong in setting the list he submitted. Agree with that? If you say there was no law for LRCR, there's no law for Fulawa, maybe Fulawa can set their own laws, can make their own rules. Fulawa can decide how to make a listing, because there's no law prohibiting. Then there's no law. There is no law that says you cannot, you cannot make a listing. So all you need to do is you wait for Fulawa to send you the list, or Fulawa determine how the list will be sent out. Fair argument, right?
My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have them hope on. Telling you, so where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the God that they say they were for? But they do selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for some of them still they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show, nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But then the question that we ask, they lie. The people fool us.
Yeah, I'll try to come back.
The government betray us. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can knock the world on the airport. With the promises that left us for our damages. They're tired with the speech they preach, indeed, and not unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, they frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you lie? There's tendencies to breathe. You see, we just tell you.
And why we voted you?
You fool us. You screw us, you use us, and they love and abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. And the government deceive us.
They lie.
People lie to us. All right, beautiful song right here. The people lie to us. The people fool us. They can steal, they can lie, they can corrupt. You know, the reason I love this song is speak to many establishments. My man, Ben, I know why you keep fearing, my man. Right? I don't know why you keep fearing. I don't know why. Ben trying to come home, but it keep kicking you out. That's time on the money. Oh, see.
You feel style on social media. You are workout. Money, no pay. All the money blackout. Just stop it all the hate messages you preaching. You don't do it to the blackout. You do it to the people. The poor people. The people you claim to love. The people you want to rule. Gotta work out.
I done see workout. I own the money blackout. Oh yeah. What's up, people? Workout, blackout. Who own the money to workout? We don't let it blackout. Liberia is at the verge of making decisions. Will you choose CDC for continuation, or you will choose the Unity Party with new vision? Who will come and face it? They say they don't know. Workout say they don't know. They say they don't know. Workout say they don't know. We're not here for that kind of plow. Big killer. The line keep going on, my man. They will need to contact their mark before. Oh, Ben, let me send you the message. Your mark has problem, Ben. They said you need to contact your mark before you get joined. They said they will have to contact the mark. Well, if you're using a computer, you gotta work on the Mac, or you can use your phone. The Freeport and Monrovia. CDC Ohio chapter. What's up? So what do you want to do to see? And I make sense. Vote money. They say they don't know. Workout say they don't know. They say they don't know. Workout say they don't know. We're not here for that kind of flower. Masoya, what's up? What's up, Soya? All right, folks. All right, so let's people that are supposed to get on the conversation, they are still trying to put on their shoes to come. So the CDC Ohio chapter they are planning to come outside to show solidarity and support to the party. So the hurricane, they are planning on which day to come out, whether on this weekend or next weekend, They will let us know, and we'll be coming outside to show strength in Ohio. They want to show strength in Ohio. They want to show that they are in support of the party. So they reached out. Now we publicize it. We are hoping that they will be able to appear. We got a few more minutes here to leave this podcast. So hopefully they can come out and say one or two things about what is unfolding. So we will give them a couple of meetings. We'll play the CDC national anthem of 2017, and then we will give them some time to come. If they don't come up to few minutes, then we will be cutting the live off because we're finished with the first segment that has to do with the community issue, and the second issue now is strictly on the CDC level. So they're where we are now. CDC Ohio chapter. Yeah. So we're looking for the CDC. What's it?
Land is this? My land.
No, no. I haven't really not doing no. Well, I didn't know new song, yeah.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Welcome for the summer. Stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all skipping, man. I gotta go bust some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People to us. People lots to us.
That's not a new one. The Corey. Mm-hmm. What the folks are, man. Where you guys are, folks? Corey, we coming again. Yeah, we coming again. Yeah. Yeah. So the folks supposed to be here to talk about their party. I want to play the music for them. And and before so win this game.
I gotta pee, Mando. I gotta pee.
Sorry. Voting for him. Put this on the income go.
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
His Excellency Saba Korosi, President of the 77th United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to address this 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly on behalf of the government and people of Liberia. And let me congratulate His Excellency Saba Korosi on his election as President of this 77 sections of the United Nations General Assembly and assure him of Liberia's further support. I would also like to commend your predecessor, His Excellency Mr. Abdullah Shahid, for a job well done in administering the affairs of the 76 sections of the General Assembly. Let me also extend my profound thanks and appreciation to His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for his remarkable and visionary leadership. This year's assembly is taking place at a difficult time when even as the world is recovering from the scourge of COVID-19. We continue to face the challenges of the war in Ukraine, climate change and its devastating effects on our environment. Just as the Ukrainian people are enduring the harsh impact of this unwarranted military incursion, the rest of the world is feeling the harsh consequences of economic downturn caused by disruption in global supply chain, food insecurity, and rising prices of basic goods and services. The theme of this year's assembly, a watershed movement, transformative solutions to interlocking challenges, is both appropriate and meaningful. It not only reminds us about the current state of our world and provide us the space to reflect on the multiple challenges that confront us today. They include the health and social economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the devastating effects of climate change, environmental concerns, poverty reduction, food insecurity, and gender inequality. The challenges confronting the world today will require immediate collective global actions with the United Nations at the center of the search for solutions. In so doing, we must give special consideration to the needs of developing countries, particularly the least developed countries, in line with the Doha Program of Action for Least Developed Countries for the decade 2022-2031. Working together with the United Nations family, Liberia hereby commits to protect our planet, to promote peace, prevent conflict, to ensure sustainable financing, and to boost partnership. Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this commitment is reflected in the Purple Agenda for Prosperity and Development, which embodies the expressions of our shared determination to achieve peace, prosperity, national development, address extreme poverty, inequalities, regional disparity, infrastructure deficit, climate change, and equitable distribution of our national wealth. Given Liberia's youthful populations of more than 60%, my government initiated a youth rehabilitation and empowerment program, the socio-economic empowerment of disadvantaged youth project, between 2019 and 2021, with the subsequent launch of a $13 million United States national fund drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of at-risk youth in Liberia. We remain of the firm conviction that when empowered, our youth can be a positive force for good. As Liberian female in chief, women empowerment and the promotion of gender equality remain key to of my government. Women do not only comprise almost half of our country's population, but they also play important roles at all levels of society and must be given equal deserved attention, support, and a place at the leadership and governance table in our society. To this end, we have developed a legal framework, including the ratification of regional and international instruments to address gender inequality, which are being carried out as a result of social cultural perception, practices, and stereotypes that support male dominance and the subordination of women. I would like to inform you that my government
From the same football pitch that propelled him to global fame, George Weah took the oath as president of Liberia. The national flag was lowered as former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf made way for the new presidency. In his inaugural address, Weah acknowledged the enormity of the responsibility of his new office, asking Liberians to hold him to account.
My greatest contribution to this country as president did not lie in the eloquence of my speeches, but will definitely lie in the quality of the decision that I will make over the next 6 years to advance the lives of poor Nigerians.
He also asked his countrymen and women to do their part. The mood is electric, but already some of his strong support base, mainly the unskilled and unemployed, are beginning to sound impatient and want to see immediate results.
The most important thing here now is to create more jobs. Create jobs for the youth, the jobless youth, and to create a vocational institution to add more value to the youth. We have a lot of uneducated people in this country.
George Weah may not be as politically experienced as his predecessors, but he's got a lot of goodwill. What he does with us in the next 6 years may and may not set him apart from previous leaders. But many say the next 6 months will determine which direction he will take Liberia and its citizens. Analysts say that is a period when he needs to be decisive.
Because Mr. Weah himself has been branded as inexperienced, he needs to put his best foot forward. He needs a strong Minister of Finance that can send a message to the local and international economic players that Liberia is capable of doing business.
The ceremony to usher in the George Weah era was long and colorful. Many will be watching closely now to see if he can replicate the success he achieved on the soccer pitches of Europe as leader and president of his country. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Monrovia.
All right, folks.
Hello and welcome to the
All right, folks. Have yourself a wonderful time. Our time has expired and it's out.